Hi there, Random Ross here. So, today I'm going to do a countdown of my top 10 slasher films. Now, this is just my personal opinion. You don't have to agree with the top 10 films that I've listed down as my top 10 favourite. But yeah, a lot of them are well known horror slasher films. Um, but yeah, here it goes. My top 10 slasher films. Number 10, it is Halloween Resurrection. Uh, I like that film, uh, but I think he's a bit cheesy. Um, Getting Busta Rhymes and Tara Banks in it. I don't think really did it any favours. Also, Michael, finished what he'd started from the first one. So really, I think that all that was done as like a plot for the film. Um, but still, I don't think it's the worst Halloween movie in the franchise. Given Rob Zombie, I think he ruined it. So before the remakes, I think the least favourite one to me was the eighth film, Halloween Resurrection. So that was number 10, sorry, in our countdown. In ninth place, it's Cherry Falls. Um, Now I saw this film once when I was about 13 or something. I thought it was a great film. I very much enjoyed it, and yeah, there was a killer. The rules sort of run reverse on this one, where virgins can die because that was the killer's pattern in it, killing teenage virgins. The film starred Brittany Murphy, and she played a teenage girl in it who was a virgin who was on the being hunted down by this killer who we believe to be a woman. But then there's a twist to it. Spoiler alert now. The killer turns out to be not only a woman but a man and her half brother, because her dad got into like a gang rape with the mother, so he's like her long lost half brother. Anyway, on with the countdown. Number 8 on our countdown is A Nightmare on Elm Street 3: Dream Warriors. I like this one. I think it's one of the best sequels in the series. It starred Robert England and Heather. What's her name? I can't remember her last name, but she reprises her role as Nancy, and yeah, they all. So yeah, they all. She like in a mental institution, and she gets all these um, other teenagers in the same boat as her to lead against in a fight against Freddy. Um, so yeah, and I like the they I think this is like the first one where they actually stand up to Freddy and kill him. Well, they sort of kill him, but he comes back. Well, the door's left open at the end, and of course they did make more. Number 7 on our list is Scream 4. Now, Scream 4, when I went to see it about 3 years ago, I felt like I was reliving a childhood dream or something, childhood memory, because I'd seen Scream when I was little, and then I got hooked on it, and I just wanted to keep watching the other two Scream movies. I did watch the other two Scream movies. I thought they were great. Scream 4, though, I enjoyed it. It had a lot of the elements from the original, but in new ways. Like for once, Ghostface, the persona of Ghostface was took on by a woman, Sydney's cousin Jill, who was a psycho bitch, along with some other movie geek in the film. Yeah, I enjoyed that one, Scream 4. Next, at number 6, it is Scream. another Scream film in the series. Now Scream will always have a special place for me in my young years, because Scream I lost my horror virginity to. It was the first horror film I saw, the first slasher film I ever saw, and people were going on saying it's right scary and everything, but I don't think it were. I never found the Scream films scary at all. I found them just witty, funny, daft, and entertaining. The Ghostface is the most clumsiest mass murderer ever. He has limited vision and he always trips over his rope when he's chasing the teenagers. So yes, that is number 6. Number 5 is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like that film, it was one of the first slasher films, I think, and it was also based on true events of a crazed killer named Ed Gein. The antagonist in it is a killer called Leatherface. He wears human faces on his own face because he's inbred, and yeah, I just liked it all. I was surprised at its lack of gore, but we saw a lot of aftermaths like human bones and skin made into furniture and stuff, and Leatherface and that, and the chainsaws and stuff. So yeah, that was a good one. Texas Chainsaw Massacre at number 5. Number 4 is A Nightmare on Elm Street, the first film in the franchise written and directed by Wes Craven. These last 2 films I said before were directed by Wes Craven. Written and directed by Wes Craven, it starred a very young Johnny Depp. It was just, I did actually find it quite scary at first when I started to watch it, but the more I just I'm so immune to it all now, but yeah, I enjoyed that one, and it's 30 years old now. I don't know if it is or it's going to be, but yeah, it's in its 30th year. So yeah, and it stars series regular Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger, who played Freddy in all 7 films, and the crossover movie Freddy vs. Jason, but not the remake. I'm not really into the remake much. Number 3, Friday the 13th. Now, Friday the 13th is, my favourite horror franchise. It's just, those of other franchises like Scream, Nightmare on Elm Street are up there, but yeah, I love the Friday the 13th films. I've got them all on DVD, including the remake. I'm not really a huge fan of the remakes, but, the remake is okay. Yeah, and in a way, you're sort of rooting for Pamela Voorhees while she kills all those teens in it. But it's not actually the teens from the 50s anymore that she's killing, because they were the ones responsible for letting Jason drown. I don't think Jason really died because his body was never found. I think, here's my theory, she could have found Jason. Either he did drown and she revived him, or he didn't drown at all, and she fakes his death just so she has more reason to kill. Mummy issues with them lot. So that was number 3, Friday the 13th. Number 2, it's Halloween. 1978, written and directed by John Carpenter and co-written by Deborah Hill. Brilliant slasher film. I literally watched it yesterday with my cousin. It's a great film. I like how a lot of Halloween fans and horror fans will know this, that the mask of Michael Myers is actually a white William Shatner mask. Brilliant, situations and plots and kills in it. Yeah, Halloween, the original, I would give that a watch. It is one of the all-time slasher movies. Not the first, but it actually made it more popular, the genre of the horror slashers. So yes, Halloween. Yeah. Now, before I reveal my number 1 pick, I just want to throw out a few honourable mentions to some slashers which I felt should have been in the top 10 but didn't quite make it into the top 10. I'm going to mention I Know What You Did Last Summer, Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. Now, if you just think of that one as a slasher film and nothing but a slasher film, you know, it is quite a good one, you know. It has quite a good plot, good kills. It's not the worst Friday film in the series, but it's not the best one. I mean, there's a copycat calling Jason, but you know, it is sort of everything you would ask for in a slasher movie. What else? Scream 2 and 3. Like them films, I thought they do better than the original, but you know, but if I had to choose, I'd say the original, because that, again, the first horror movie I ever saw. Also, what else? Sleepaway Camp, great film, shocking ending. I think if it weren't for the ending, it would be as popular as it was back in 1983. I thought it were a bit weird and freaky, but you know, that's what horror's meant to do. It's meant to disturb you and stuff. So yeah, Sleepaway Camp, and also Friday the 13th 2009 remake. That was okay. You know, I'm hard to please with remakes, but I think Friday the 13th 2009 was good. I thought it was okay. And what else? Candyman. That's a good film. You know, with Tony Todd doing a great performance as the crazed person in the mirror. And Sorority Row, Prom Night. You know, there's just loads of slasher films now. Some are good, some are bad. A lot are cheaply done, but I find them watchable. I just think they're so bad, they're good. So, we're now to the number one spot. Can you guess what it is yet? Let's have a quick reminder of our top 10. Number 10, Halloween Resurrection. Number 9, Cherry Falls. Number 8, A Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Number 7, Scream 4. Number 6, Scream. Number 5, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Number 4, Nightmare on Elm Street. Number 3, Friday the 13th. And number 2, Halloween. And then we have the honourable mentions. So, our number one slasher movie is, to me, Friday the 13th Part 2. Now, see, that was, to me, that is the film that debuted Jason. I loved that one. I weren't too much of a fan of the bag on his head, but he did okay. He did okay. He didn't really get his iconic look with the hockey mask and the machete until Part 3. Part 3 is good, but Part 2 is, I think, is one of those that do better than the original. Jason takes over for his mother as the antagonist, and you know, goes out on a killing spree, avenging his mother Pamela and killing. So yes, I liked it. You know, one of the best slasher films. You know, I can't really pick a best slasher film, but if I've put it all into a top 10. But you know, I love all these films that I've mentioned to you. You know, I like them. I love some. Some of them are not, you know, are good, but they're not brilliant. But anyway, yeah, that is my top 10 slasher films. You know, you don't have to agree with any of these that I've said. This is just my opinion, and I hope you enjoyed this video. You know, please, you know, feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of and what your top 10 slasher movies are. And yeah, so till next time, goodbye, friends. Want to see more? Well, subscribe. I'll see you after this. Oh, yeah, subscribe for more.